and then she gonna text me, it's about time or something. And then my sister from Alabama, she saw my story and she went to your page. And then my like all my sisters here are already following you because like reason why I started following you really was because like all my homeboys, their girls or girlfriends were following you already. And they was like, man, I'm losing these debates, I'm losing these arguments with her. Like help. So I was like, all right, cool. So Shamika was like, yo, Brandy. I'm like, Brandy. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, and then you said your last name. I'm like, I know her from school. I'm like, she under me, but I know, remember that name. So then she started, I was like, oh. So when I started following you, I was like,
So
brother,
I'm helping some people, huh?
Man, it wasn't that she was pressing. It was like I was already rebuilding.
Hey
But see,
guys
the
just
biggest
logging
problem,
on. Hey guys, I don't know who's on.
the big
Hello. Share the live. We're about to get started. We're a little late. We had technical difficulties. But we're definitely about to get started really soon. Go ahead, finish though. And then
it was already like I'm gonna get into it when we talk later, when we talk during this. But it's like they were already trying to grow, progressively go. And it was like I tell them, like, it's not an overnight process. It's gonna take time.
right.
You've already been caught. You're already in trouble. There's no need to escalate. So a lot of the dudes was like, all right, cool. So they were getting debates, and you were asking some straightforward questions. So the women would take your straightforward questions and direct it towards them.
Right.
Mind you, me and him haven't talked. So it's like, I don't want to, he's like, I'm like, well, just be honest. I had to think about it. Because trap, I'm like, every question she asks you not trap, she probably just don't know. And that's one of the things. So when I started following you, when you say certain things, I'm not debating with you. I'm not arguing. I'm just like going like, some dude's gonna see this and this is gonna be the reaction. That'd be my answer. Like my reaction to what you're saying, like, all right, cool. Like I'm that much level in the game when it comes to things. Like it's not about arguing. It's not about cutting off and not going this way. And it's not about ignoring you. It's okay. So you said what you said. Well, now let's work.
Hey guys, I see the guy for the guys that's comment. I see you, but if you're not commenting, guys, of course I can't see you, but that's okay as well. Share the live. We're getting started. Hey, Monty. But yeah, Dennis, my whole thing with my questions and anything I have, I try to keep it in the middle. Sometimes I do direct it towards women. Sometimes I do direct it towards men because we all need help. Like none of us are perfect. Men are always being blasted more than women. So a lot of my questions, I do try to direct things to where, women can calm down a little bit, or either men can see like, hey, a lot of times this is what you guys be doing. You need to work on that. But let's go ahead and get started. Dennis, go ahead, just give us an introduction.
My name is Dennis Williams. It's my business name. Uh, I'm going to be the CEO of Blue Magic Productions. It's my group. It's what I'm doing. I started consultating relationships probably about not professionally, but as like a side hustle, like 2-3 years ago. I just started consultating women about a year and 3 months ago. Christmas would be a year and 4 months. Christmas would be, but around the time, but for years, really, like I'm only 38, but since my 20s, I've always been a good friend. Well, I've been labeled as a good friend. I don't take it as good or bad. I feel everybody comes in your life for a reason, season, and a blessing. Yeah. So people label me a good friend. A lot of my friends become family. So if I say it, that's my brother. It's not about who birthed them. It's about our struggles, about our journeys, about our path. I got a bunch of sisters that's not related to me about blood, but they've seen me grow. My aunts, I got people in my church that's like 80, 90 years old, don't know my real name. So, people know me. And I started helping out relationships because I've yet to have the successful relationship I've always wanted or growing up on. But I know it doesn't work. And I know it doesn't work for certain people. But it's certain, a lot of stuff is just common sense and observation. So I started doing relationships. I used to get paid in tens, literally tens. One thing about men, doesn't matter their age group, doesn't matter their geographic, doesn't matter the location, doesn't matter nothing, that they pay for it. They pay for a service. They expect certain things. So a lot of dudes having problems, didn't understand who they were dating or what they were dating. Is what I always say. Like, what are you dating, or what does she do? So it was like dudes come in and like, oh man, I need a problem, I got an issue. Come over and they'll throw $10 bills on the table. So this is an hour of your time. I need you, and I was getting paid for it. And now when people like now they put me in Cash App as the reason. Mystic Pizza. You ever seen that movie? It's an 80s movie. It's an 80s movie where this dude was spending time with women at this place where they would order a pizza and it was like a number 17. There's no number 17 on the menu. And this we do. And so a lot of dudes who are like my age and older remember that movie. And that's my code name, is Mystic Pizza now. So I just really like pay attention. Like a lot of people just need somebody to talk to. This really is. And there's no sense of you paying $300, $400 for a therapist when you can just really figure things out with your homeboys. And a lot of stuff, it happened just like that. Sit on the couch, watching YouTube videos, well, not even YouTube, MTV videos and The Box on, Channel 69, back in the Gap.
Yeah.
We're watching The Box and watching movies and watching stuff and just talking just talking. And a lot of dudes don't know how to communicate. A lot of dudes don't understand that communication is important. And it's just random, but it's like, you're not paying attention, you're going to miss something.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's how my rise to just doing this happened out. And like I said earlier, my homeboys were like, I had like 4 of them going, and it was like, they weren't at the point where they were ready to get married, but they were definitely ready to stop cheating, stop liking other women, conversation like that hunt process, that dumb hunt process that men go through. They were done with that part, and they were stuck in like, what do I do? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. So I'm like, well, what do you do? Because a lot of my stuff like comes from stand-up comedy. I'm trying to do that also in my life, but a lot of stuff comes from comedians. So one of the biggest thing was I always tell them was, it's a joke where when a guy and a girl are dating, when the guy goes to his friends, he says, I'm dating her. First thing guys say is, what she look like. But when a woman goes with her friends and says she dating, first thing they ask is, what does he do? So
I think it's both. I think we, as women, I also think we do be like, send me a picture, or what do you look like? So it's kind of both. It's that, and then the financial status, definitely.
Right.
I'm getting some lagging on this end. So if you cut out again, then it's just click back in that link as soon as you can, so you can get back on the screen.
Sure.
It doesn't cut off. I'm not going to go to my next question because you actually answered it, which was it's kind of what made you choose this topic. So I'm going to skip that question, and then I'm just going to go and get into the third question. But guys, that are on, those who's been on before, the routine. Just kind of ask your questions, send your comments in, so we can get them on the screen for him to answer. Me and his links are both in the caption. Dennis, you got to send me your other link so I can edit that on in there later. But follow our pages, connect with us. I do have it looks like he has booking as well on relationships. I am a certified life and relationship coach, so I have booking as well.
I'm enrolling in January. My sister already gave me the information and was like, she just got hers. My brother out of via St. Louis and Miami, he just got his last one. And then my sister just got hers this month. So it was like, you can do this. You should be doing this. They're on my head.
Okay, going into the next one. So what are relationship myths?
Okay, so a lot of relationship myths. I'm gonna give you my top 5 that has always comes through. Number one,
before you go into the listing of them, just specifically speak on what are relationship myths.
Relationship myths are things that we've heard and been told about relationships, marriages, and about just overall. Like they're just said, and that's just what we go off of. Yeah, that's what we would say. It's a myth. Like, I like Greek mythology a lot, and it doesn't matter what movie, TV show it is. It has to go back to the base characters and the base reference of what the characters are trying to teach you and trying to give you out of it. Like Greek mythology, Zeus is the god of lightning and thunder, but he's also the father, the son of Titans, and it's so many levels to it. But all you know is Zeus. That's it. So relationship myths are things that are just said, and then it's like, well, that's what we do. And a lot of it's not fair. So a lot of it's like for women, a lot is for men. So I can explain it better once I go into detail.
Right, which is fine. What I do is I ask questions to build up to it, so you don't have to like give all the information specifically in one question. So yeah, I like to just build up to
Okay, so
point. So anything I ask, just focus directly on that particular question, because trust me, we gonna get into those details as I build up more on it. You just said something. I think you said, and quote me because you said a lot, so I really missed what I was going to come back behind you to say because I didn't want to stop you. But I think you said relationship myths are wrong or something like that.
No, they're not wrong. They're not technically wrong. It's just there's nothing behind it. There's nothing backing it. Like
it was something you said specifically, and I really wanted to say it, but I didn't want to stop you from talking, and I can't. It's something you said about it, and I definitely agree with it. But it was something along the lines that they're just okay. Maybe wrong is not the answer, but it was misleading.
It's just lying. Like I went through a few of them last night. I went with a couple of them last night with my sister, and I sent notes. I sent notes to her because like I know she sleeps, so she's not gonna respond.
Yeah.
But let's say like okay, like number one, happy wife, happy life, happy spouse, happy house.
Oh, don't go into that yet. We're gonna get to it, but yeah, that's one of them.
That's one of them.
That's one of them. That's I don't want to over exaggerate toxic, but that's one of them that are toxic. It's a toxic myth.
Right. But it's toxic. When the first part of it was toxic, and then they changed it. Then it's like everybody's still repeating it. It's like you heard it growing up, and you hear it with other things, and then they changed it. And it's like it's the same thing, but I'm like.
But I agree with the second one, though. I agree with the second one. Happy house, happy spouse. I do agree with that one. It shows that both people matter versus.
But see. Here's the thing, though. Most people don't consider the husband a spouse. They always just think spouse is automatically to the woman.
But I like the second one better, though, because the first one really pinpoints the woman. It really pinpoints that wives matter. That's that. If the wife ain't happy, nobody is happy. That's what happy wife, happy life symbolizes. But happy spouse is, I believe, happy house, happy spouse, happy house needs to be in rotation more, because whether you believe the man is a spouse or not, most people know a spouse means both people. So I feel like that needs to take precedence over happy wife, happy life. If that makes sense. Let me get into, don't forget to ask y'all questions, guys. Let me just get into the next one, because I want to build up so you can be able to give me all your, list of your myths. Why do you think we have relationship myths?
I believe we have relationship myths because there's no real blueprint to. Everyone wants the perfect life. Everyone thinks that once I have this and I have this, I'll be happy. No one understands. Everybody wants the results. Nobody wants to go through the process. So the relationship myths, once they're put out there with no backing, well, that's what we're shooting for. It's like going to a destination without having a map. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go pick you up. I've never been there, but I'm coming. So therefore, that's why I think we have these relationship myths, because no one's there to dictate and educate you on what you're doing and what you're saying. And like we try to model ourselves, but like off our parents, off our grandparents, but we don't know what claim. We only just know what we've seen. We don't know that daddy was a cheater or daddy used to be mommy. We don't know if mommy was out here in these streets and our mommy was the really one making all the money in it. We just know we got home, we got cooked, boo boo, she kissed him. Daddy always paid, went to work, paid bills. He always was mad about something. That's all we knew. We didn't know the barriers behind that. So therefore, the myths come right behind it, and it's just like, oh, what do I do now?
You're lagging on my end again. Just please remember, if you click out, click back on in, because you got us going. You starring. Hey, Tiara. This is really good. I believe relationship myths are fairy tales. Going back to the thing that you were saying, speaking on the process, relationship myths are definitely fairy tales. Because I think people look at the glitz and glamour of it, but they don't do what you just said. They don't think about the process of it. It's not just, I finally got the ring. Hey, look at me, I'm a wife. That's the least of it. Okay, you made it to get that ring on the finger. Okay, you made it to change your last name. What's next? It's still a process. It's not, being married is not the end goal at all. You're not done after you say I do. There's a lot more work, and not just marriage, guys. When we talk about relationships, we not only just talking about marriage, but for a lot of people, marriage is, the big mega thing. So that's
Yeah, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, marriage is the goal. Then what?
then what? Yeah, then what? Okay, once you reach that goal, then what? What's the next goal? Because now you got to keep that marriage or that last name or whatever the case. So I definitely think we need to speak more on the process of relationships marriage versus the glitz and glamour of the picture and the vacations.
A lot of one of my biggest things I do is a lot of dudes. Okay, so a lot of dudes be sports enthusiasts and they're fans. Okay, I learned to differentiate. You got a lot of dudes that like LeBron. Can't tell you his field goal percentage. Can't tell you how he started. Can't tell you if he left hand, right handed. Can't tell you what's his thing. Oh, LeBron's just the champion. That's it. Those are fans. Then you have sports enthusiasts who know all the details and the last playoffs, he passed the ball. That's what a guard does. That's what LeBron's supposed to do because he was double teamed. He's supposed to pass the ball to the empty man who had nobody on him. So that's supposed to do. So a lot of dudes go into the relationships. Fans don't know nothing about her. And a relationship, I correlate relationships. I correlate everything to either sports, movies, or music. Period.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes don't refocus on the enthusiast part of the relationship. You need to know in detail because women are amazing, a great species.
Thank you.
They're amazing, and don't get me wrong. Like I know multi races, but I love my sisters. I love my queens because I'm better man. That's who raised me. That's who put me in the game. Now I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie, like I've always been like pro black as I am now, but and since the matter of what I've grown to do is like this is who I've always been on. So I can only relate to them, good or bad. Now I have a lot more bad than good, but the good outweighs them all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest things I try to explain to like my ex, whenever we talk, is that like when I was with you, I was motivated. Like I didn't want to lose you. And then I wanted to build with whatever I had to do to get us there. I was going to do my part and help you with your part. That's what I thought my responsibility was.
That's how it should be.
Right.
With everybody.
Right, it's supposed to be. Yeah. But his thing, the part of that, like that goes to another myth. Men are supposed to provide and protect. There's another P. I can't forget what the other P is, but provide and protect. So I get a job. I work to the job. I don't care. And then that's why one reason why we broke up because I was always at work. And there were 24 hours a day. I did 16 hours at the job.
Okay.
So
you right there.
The dude she cheated on me, left him. He had time. So it was like
it's definitely
bills were paid. It was one that she wanted time. So differentiates time and what you want to do is a big issue. But provide, protect, I can do it all day.
You got to know your partner because exactly what you just said matters. Like you can be a provider all day. You can protect and be a provider all day. But if you're a person you went requires time versus you being at work dishing out, making all this money, then you're going to lose her or him. So you definitely that is a myth. That is one of the myths provide being this great provider because not every woman wants that. One thing about it, and this is a whole separate agenda and topic. One thing about providing, it's not just financial, but that's what the myth is. When we make a post about a man, we always target him and his finances, but that's not just what a provider is. And that's just a myth that we going off of though. I got Sean's comment on the screen. I think you said you can't see stuff on the screen, but he said he most definitely throws relationship myths out the window. And I'm with you, Sean. I'm not the normal. Oh, you said what? Oh, okay, yeah, this is what it is. Like if I make a joke about an old man, that's just what it is. It's a joke. Half that stuff I do not believe in, nor do I live by.
Well, I I put it like this: a lot of people don't want to, and a lot of people don't know that they're doing it. It's just automatic to them.
Yeah.
But then here's the thing though: the problem, like I said, what built me up is like I talk. So why do you feel this way? Why do you think this is cool? And like this, and then that's when they start throwing the myths up. Like that makes no sense. How does that make sense to you? That was my honest one. How does this make sense to you? Because all you said was this.
It's a trained thought. It's a trained behavior. And I'm the type person, it's probably not a lot of people that agree with me, but I'm the type person where I'm like, retrain yourself. Like my whole thought process behind my brand is your training ground to learn, grow, and become a better you. Retrain yourself. A lot of stuff we are following behind it's not good for our mental and it's not good for our emotional. That's why a lot of us are trashing relationships, and in the process of it, we trashing ourselves with a lot of them myths.
With one of my biggest selling points now is with Corona hitting, and a lot of people lost their jobs, and now you was waiting on that $1,200 check, but you got $3,000 worth of bills. So what you gonna do? You got to get back out there. You got to retreat. You got to learn new hustle. So I started like I know you ain't got no money, so I was teaching people little things. I bought ebooks. I wrote a book. I'm teaching them. Why don't you do on YouTube? Do stuff live. Go on Facebook. Do stuff. They'll pay you. You can monetize your account. And like, oh man. And I helped a lot of people, but there's a lot of people I didn't help because number one, you don't want to relearn. You don't want to get back out there. You got comfortable. You got set in what you were doing. And that's one of the saddest parts of our relationship. Men and women get comfortable. They get in that zone, and they just live off that.
It's like, people comments now agreeing, and they're saying like people are too content. People are too stagnant. That's what we were talking about earlier. When you get that ring, most people that get that ring, it's like I made it, but you didn't, because there's more. There's another process on the other side of that ring. So
it's the then what zone.
Huh?
It's the then what zone.
The then what zone, exactly. Somebody said that earlier. Okay, you got it. Then what? But
yeah, then what?
Yeah, and that's another relationship myth. It's like, baby, oh, I'm the wife. I'm this, I'm that. Okay, but then what? Because wives are getting cheated on too. Yeah.
Not only that. Let me. My homeboy Terrell sent me a video on YouTube, and he been on me up with my video. Like I ain't gonna lie, most of my videos are emotionally birthed, but there's a lot of honesty in it. So he sent me a video on YouTube about men see no value in marriage no more. And I was like, because they with the wrong women. Automatic instant response because you with the wrong person.
Yeah.
The value ain't just money. It ain't about what you can lose and what you gonna gain. It's about the journey. Like there's nothing like I just jumped back in the gym this week. And I'm like, I'm dying. But it's the process I'm worried about. It's the process. I got fitness goals, I got body goals. It's the process. And I do it on my own. But I mean, I got people supporting. Like I put my homeboy. He was like, "Man, I remember when you got your first 2 abs." Mind you, I'm always been big, but I was working out with him every day. It was like wake up, go to breakfast. We lived in a secluded environment, so we had our own routine. But every day 3 hours workout, and I had an ab up top and an ab up bottom because we started doing these inverted crunches. And I was like, he was skinny. But it was like some days he lagging. Like if I beat you, I'm never gonna let you down. So it's about that process, about the bonding. And relationships are all about it. It doesn't matter what you, and especially like now, like today in today's society, like a lot of relationships you don't know what the orientation is with. But if they're your people, you're gonna support them. And I have a lot of clients that orientation is other than heterosexual, but the rules still apply. What are you doing? What's the goal? Yeah. So what you married? Okay, so what you got to boo? You got a boo in a ring. Now what? You don't know what do you want to do. You don't know what he like. You don't know nothing. So you're gonna get that, and then 6 months later, let's get a divorce. So now you got a marriage that straight to divorce.
So I like how you said the gym thing. I don't think we realize people are forever changing. Nobody stays the same. So you got to stay current. That's like with the gym. Okay, I worked out. Not me personally, but I worked out for 3 months. I'm bad, body banging. Okay, but if your natural body is not a banging body, then once you achieve those results, you have to continue. You can't stop doing what you do and then think everything finna still be perfect. Your body gonna start back going downhill. So it's a forever process. And that's
and one process has to kick off another process too. That's another thing. Like I didn't mean to cut you off, but once you practice, like they say, you was in the gym 3 months, and like don't think like you posting pics. We don't see you getting the likes and you getting the comments. I see you, sis. I see you, girl. Dang, you getting all the comments, and your ego do one thing, but your body's like hunger for the next phase.
Yes. Yeah, that's like so in relationships, that's how it is. It's almost like we are quick to work on certain things, but it be the wrong things sometimes that we're working on. So okay, men or women, you working on your parents bad, your parents banging because okay, you finna post these pictures. You want your appearance to be okay, but you're not working on the inside part of you. So your pictures looking good for everybody else, not knowing it's a bunch of turmoil inside their house because you're not working on the thing that's supposed to be the main priority. You put your body before you put your body in the pictures or videos before the most important thing, which is your mental, emotional, and sexual health, with your partner. Before I go to my next question, Draco has said something. I'm going to read it. It's pretty long. I'm just going to read it because it won't fit on the screen. Give me 1 second. So she said, take time. She said, because people have a false preconceived notion of what a perfect relationship / marriage is so-called supposed to be and or not supposed to be. Then she went on to give an example. She said, you're never supposed to argue in a relationship. Big myth. I love that she said that. And she said false. And she said, no way possible 2 people can spend the rest of their lives together and never argue or disagree. Especially throw in general everyday life variables, balance of work life, kids, family, friends, higher education, entrepreneurship, etc. And then she said, come on now, discussions, disagreements, etc. are going to take place. Now, how we address and or handle them is a whole different thing. Absolutely. And people do say that. It's almost like, and I might be a little biased in this, but it's almost with men. It's almost like, well, be my peace. And I get the whole thing behind being the peace, but at the same time, you're going to have to get into some of these disagreements so that they don't turn into arguments. It's a difference with disagreeing and arguing. It's a big difference. But most men, they don't like to talk about anything. They don't like to communicate about anything. So then it's like, oh, she nagging, oh, she arguing. When all the time it's just a disagreement I'm trying to discuss. But now you turning it into an argument because you don't want to discuss it. That's my personal opinion.
No, your opinion is perfectly fine, and that has happened numerous times. But here's the thing. So I'm gonna come back to what you just said. Let's go back to what was the name?
Draco.
Draco. Let me go to Draco. Said perfectly worded, Draco. Thank you for that. That was an amazing word thing. If I can't argue, if I can't debate with you, I can't be with you. Period. I don't. When you at a job, you hate the yes man. You hate the suck up. You hate the kiss man that says, "Hey, okay, let's do that." The boss say whatever, and y'all just okay, yeah. Every employee hates that employee.
Right.
Same thing relationships. I don't want a yes girl. I don't want a yes person. I want a person that's gonna be like, "You sure about that?" Or explain to me. Like what's the boy Denzel Washington said in Philadelphia? Explain to me like I'm 5 years old. Tell me what's going on. Hold on. Get out. Go. Dog was in here. But I want explain to me, talk to me what it is. And you're supposed to have discussions. You're supposed to have today. Now we cover that part. Let's go back to what you said. She nagging. Is she really nagging? Or have you just messed up and don't want to face the consequences? Yeah, she getting on my nerves. She always brings up because it's unresolved. An unresolved problem is going to keep coming up until you fix it.
Absolutely.
What's the biblical one? God keeps testing you till you learn your lesson.
Absolutely.
The same thing works relationship. Till it's resolved, Now, if it's resolved and she don't feel a certain way, then you go in and nag.
Yeah.
Like, I thought we were done with this. I see we have to come back to this.
I think that also needs to be spoke on more, because that's the issue. Men will do something and then they expect to say sorry and it be done with. But then it's almost like, no, I need more than a sorry. I need you to answer my questions, because now I need to understand that why you did what you did. And I understand the whole point. So if you sit down with me and you tell me everything I need to know, yada, 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 and then I say I forgive you, I say we move past it, and then I come back, a month later and I'm throwing it in your face, I'm bringing it up. Now at that point, it's no longer his issue. Now it's her issue, because you said you forgave. You guys talked it out. Y'all did what y'all need to do. You held them accountable, and now you're ready to move on. But if you're still bringing it up after you guys have did that, then now you have a trust issue that you need to heal from. But again, like we just said, men don't want to talk about it. So now it becomes an forever issue.
A bigger issue. Becomes a bigger issue.
Sweep it under the rug, exactly. And don't mention if they keep doing it.
Right. Oh man. Yeah.
So that be my piece. I get the point, be my piece, but that can also be another relationship myth, because with being the piece, it's like, I can be your piece, but stop disturbing my peace. If you keep disturbing my peace, don't expect me to be your piece. We gotta meet somewhere in the middle. You're gonna have to fix some things.
Be my piece is one of my newer myths, okay. because peace is the definition of, what's your definition of peace is what as I follow it. When
it's subjective.
I'm trying not to give names. I'm trying not to give names. So bear with me.
Yeah, don't give.
But I had him.
Don't give names.
I've had him say, "Well, she won't be my piece. What's your piece?" I'm like, you can't expect people to be their piece when you put them through hell.
Exactly. I feel like that men do not get that, and I don't like to do the whole let's target men because I'm a woman thing. But some things we do have to speak on, and on some things, men, you guys are not good at, and you need to learn that lesson. And that's one of them. Don't talk about you need peace and you're the main one disturbing the peace. Like, you gotta fix your actions. You gotta fix the BS that you're doing. Otherwise,
you gotta fix you.
You gotta fix you. Otherwise, it ain't just gonna be her disturbing your peace. It's gonna be whoever else you playing games with disturbing your peace. Are you froze?
It's a lot.
Oh. Are you froze?
No. I've been practicing that, but I'm not froze.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, get your questions in. I'm loving the comments. I'm seeing your comments, even though I'm not putting them on the screen. But they are lovely comments. Let me go on to the next question. I'm trying to get to where he can get his list of myths out.
Well, we've already covered two. We just haven't been in details. We haven't been in details with one, but I mean, we're in the details with one.
Okay. Right, but I want you to get into it. So I'm gonna try to keep it pushing. So are relationship myths more helpful or harmful?
Both. They're both, because you need something to draw on from. You need something to build off of. Mm-hmm. So, like let's go with the be my piece. The be my piece is a myth that's harmful, but it's all the myths are there to create the conversation. Everything is there to create a conversation. So now that we have it out there, now that we can talk about it, like we can build upon it, let's build on what it is. So now you want to be your piece. Well, what is your piece required? Like this, like a lot of men like video games, period. I don't want to go out. You can't go out now. So what I need to do with my time? Now, I could sit here and talk to her all day long, and then like, now you're tired. Now you want to go do something girly wise. All right, cool. Now what am I supposed to do? That's a video game. I like to do that. I like to read. I like to do this. He has to have a hobby accompanied with himself, because he only gonna work at the most 20 hours a day. Well, let's say 16. Okay, that leaves you with another with like 6 hours of sleep. Okay. Count bathroom breaks, it ain't that much time. But when it comes to relationship, you're gonna have to divide it. His piece is important. Her piece is definitely important. It's equally important.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the myths are there to have a foundation to build upon, but you just can't say it and then walk away. Like, come in the room, be my piece. All right, I'm out. No, I need to know what definition that is. Happy wife, happy spouse. I mean, happy spouse, happy house. I need to know what that means. What makes you happy, and are you working for your happiness?
Yeah.
That's the key thing. Janae Echo and Future have a song together called HOE, Happiness Over Everything. I freaking love it. But I have a lot of people that I put onto that song. Like, your happiness is important, but you need to work on it because it's yours. It's your life. Your happiness is a part of you. You need to work
Nobody is responsible for that except for you.
I can only be a side dish to your happiness. I'm not in the main course.
Absolutely. No. I'm glad you said that too. I'm going to get Drake's comment on the screen because I do want you to address that before I move on to the next question. So speaking on specifically on this one though, give me one myth that you think is more helpful. While I get on the screen.
One myth that's helpful?
Because you said they both, so just give me one that is, and you don't have to go into details on it. Just one
myth that's helpful. Like all of them have their yin and yang sides. That's just straight helpful. Just all the way helpful.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
It don't have to be 100%, but more helpful than
hold on. I got a couple of them. That's gonna be this.
Just give me one. Yes, Tiara, actions definitely have to match the words, and that's what I don't think men. Again, I'm being a little biased here because women are just as worse, but with men, actions definitely have to match. Like, I'm at a point where you have to.
Okay.
Your actions
loyalty.
That's it.
Okay, so this myth that's I love it, and is positive. Loyalty is everything, and it's all I need. Now, let me say this: you shake your head and you smile like you agree with it, right?
I agree. To a certain
you agree with it, right?
To a certain extent.
That's the part. Like I said, all myths are there for something you can build on. Loyalty. Now, a lot of people claim they're loyal. Okay, let's go back to the sports thing. You got team fans and you got player fans. Okay. You ever heard of Gary Owens?
I love
Gary. Okay. Now, Gary Owens is a LeBron fan. He's a LeBron fan because Gary's from Ohio. LeBron's from Ohio. So it doesn't matter what LeBron does. He's a LeBron fan. He'll follow him. He's a Bengals fan too, and they're just starting out to get good. So not a Cleveland Browns fan. Bengals, Saints too they're in the same state,
right?
But he's rolling with the one closest to home. Okay, now that's what it is. That fanship will follow it. He'll live and die by it. You get in relationships, and I'm loyal. Yeah, what that mean? Because you can be unsupportive but be loyal. You can be not cheating. You could be cheating and still be loyal. I'm still here. I still pay bills. I still help out. I'm loyal.
Stop right there. I'm glad you said that because you can be loyal. You can be loyal and still cheat. I absolutely agree with that. And this is why I made a post and I said, I want you loyal in front of my face and behind my back. Because that's the thing. Yeah, you loyal. You in front of me, baby. You loyal. You're still doing A, B, and C that you're supposed to do, but you cheat when I'm not there. Baby, I need you loyal be in front of my face and I need you loyal behind my back. So that's why I agree kind of sort of with that. Let me put Drake. Let's get to Drake's comment. Now, she did say myths are harmful, and the example she gave was perfection.
I'm finna kill that one real fast. Perfection is the myth. Let's start there.
Yes.
I used to work for this leather company in St. Louis. It was the first real grown-up adult job I had when I came home. And I made great money. I was making $40K a year. I rarely did overtime. It was a labor job. So I would make like $16 an hour, just coming in the door, just doing anything. But I had a skill trade job on the side, within the job. and I could make between $20 to $30 an hour, depending on our load and our speed. Now, we had to sign. We had a meeting every Tuesday. We had to sign better, best, perfect, and the perfect was scratched out, and you would roll better. I used to read that sign every day I came in, and I for the 5 years I was there, I only missed 4 days. 2 of those days because the mother of my children had my daughter. So them two. She was sick one day. I took a day off. Like she wasn't feeling it. I'll take a day off, and I took care of her. That's it. And the 4th day, I think it was the same thing too. But I read that sign every day. Relationships like that. There is no perfect. Number one, why would you want perfect? There's no perfect relationship. We want to idolize these celebrities and these so-called perfect relationships. Then you find out that I had a bet with a homie that like he literally comes into town. Every time I see him when he comes to town, I don't have his number. He's not on social media. I see him and give me $100. You know why? We had a bet that Jay-Z was going to cheat Beyonce. I bet him when they first started dating. And when they first started dating, when Bonnie and Clyde came out, the song came out, and they were starting to date then, I was like, they get married, Jay-Z cheating on her. He's like, why? I was like, because everybody's gonna think it's the perfect couple. She got money, he got money. He's a big celebrity. They're top of their game, the top of their life.
She fine, she pretty, she bad.
Yeah, she fine, she pretty. He done already had 1 billion in females. He ain't gonna cheat after he get Beyonce. I said, she the finest girl in the world, but when it's 3 a.m. and you want some, she ain't give it to you. What you gonna do? When it's time for you to want to do something, she in Baccarat and you in New York.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? You gonna call up Ugly Cindy. You gonna call up Loose Booty Judy. You gonna call them up because you got an urge and your wife, your perfect chick ain't here. And this is my argument then. Yeah. Fast forward, how many years it was, he comes out. He never got caught. She knew, he knew. He comes out, he talks about it. My partner, he found me. And here. I'm with my kid.
Uh-oh, you freezing. You're freezing. So if you click out, please click back in. Okay, guys, he's froze. I hope he can hear me about clicking back in. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, it froze really bad. So I don't know if you were still talking or not.
I said the only thing perfect you want in your life is food. That's it. Everything else is that's the only thing perfect you want. The way your great grandmama used to make rice pudding, peach cobbler, how your auntie, your sister make macaroni and cheese and cornbread, greens, yam. That's perfect because it's trusted and it's like it may be off a little bit every now and then, but it's still in that perfect realm. And once you enjoy it, it's done. Perfect is a moment, and it's an illusion. It's the best of what you feel. Okay? That's all it is.
Yeah, perfection is definitely a moment. It's definitely an illusion. Most definitely. I'm gonna put Charlie's comment back on the screen because it's really a good one. I have so much to say to it, but I'm not gonna answer it. Guys, like the live, heart the live, share it, tag some people in as we keep going. We'll be finishing up soon. But Charlie said, so is it really loyalty? I want you to touch that one.
Yes. By per what the definition of loyalty is, yes. But we put all this extraness on it. No one can be 100% all the time, every day. Okay, but I'll put it like this. Let's go biblical. I'm gonna go biblical with you. Even Jesus knew Peter was gonna betray him and to deny his name. And there was no better disciple than Peter. Okay, somebody's gonna fall off. The loyalty comes in is what happened after they fall off. What made them fall off and what happened after they fall off. Mm-hmm. That's where the loyalty comes in. And like this, it's a lot of dudes that be having issues. Like men cheat, this period. People cheat. But when men cheat, we do it differently and we have, like, I cheated for a reason. And you need to understand my reason. I literally got into fist fights with my clients about this. You stupid. Like, well, I didn't. No excuse. I understand, but no excuse. So, but it's like after they cheat, you feel bad about it. Now you either insecure or you work around it. But then now your secret comes out, or now your unloyal moment comes out. But you've been loyal the whole time, right? You know, you taking out trash, you cooking on a couple days a week, you make sure your kids straight, you make sure, you know, when she ain't got it, she got it. You do the hair and nail thing for her, you know, every 2 weeks when you get paid. You're doing all the loyal stuff, but you had a moment of weakness.
So what's the
even without the moment? What's my definition of it?
What's the definition of loyalty?
Okay, I'm gonna give you my definition of what I give people: continuous improvement. Continuous improvement. Continuous. I want you here. I want you on the team. You ain't gotta. I don't need you to help me pick up and do all the heavy lifting. I just need you here. I just need your help. I want you here. I want you on the team.
So
you know that.
Right. So when it comes to loyalty, Charlie, I think from just listening to him, when it comes to a person being loyal but still cheating, I get what he's saying. I believe I get what he's saying. It's like, okay, yeah, I cheated, but I'm still here helping you pay these bills. I'm still here giving you money on your clothes, your hair, your nails. You know, I'm still making sure we got food in the house. I'm still making sure we go on our family vacations, etc. So it's like I see the loyalty in that sense, even though I cheated, which is why me personally say I want you loyal in front of my face and behind my back. Because you're right. A person can be definitely loyal to you. They definitely can, but still not treat you how you're supposed to be treated. So I get that part of the person.
But there's a flip side to that too, though, because he could not cheat and claim loyalty and still not be it though,
Absolutely.
or she could not be it. You know, like I like what's his name? Waka Flocka. His wife, when he got caught cheating, like I'm mind you, I love Waka's rapper style. I love him. I only watched Love and Hip Hop because he was on it, and I missed all his moments. I got into the show late, but when she was on the Breakfast Club, she's like, he cheated. He never stopped loving us. He never stopped providing. He never stopped protecting. He cheated, and she did not. I'm like, when they went through that healing process. Oh, she was petty. She's petty, but she broke it down like, okay, cool, you cheated. Why did you cheat? And once they got past that part, he didn't cheat no more. So that loyalty can mean on both sides of the coin is a lot to deal with. But you got to come from where you are in that standpoint of the situation.
Yeah, I agree. It's a lot to this. It's way more to this than what we're speaking on. I do believe though, for my ladies who I see posts talking about get back or savage or do him like he do you. I don't agree with that, because my whole thing is if you choose to stay with this person despite what they did, then you have to own up to that. It does not say loyalty. Commitment and love does not say, okay, you went and cheated on me, so let me teach you a lesson by going to cheat on you. That's not it.
But my question with that's another one that's happened. And then like I said, I just started like counseling women one-on-one or per relationship the last year and some change. Now, there's a lot of women saying, I can't see the comments. So a lot of women saying cheat back, be savage, be petty. Petty has a lot of forms. Cheating back, what are you really doing? Because you just hurt. You just mad.
In my opinion, this is what I've told people. And again, this does not apply to everybody's situation, guys. So we're speaking from personal opinion a lot of times, or, experience. But in my opinion, with the cheat back, only thing you're teaching a dude is, okay, this is who you are. I ain't got to stop doing what I'm doing then. You want to play this game? Let's see who's gonna win. And I don't want to. I don't want. We talked about peace earlier and happiness. I don't want to put myself in a position to go through those games. I got a business. I got a brand. I got a son. I got too much I'm working on to stop my life just to be petty with you. And then it's gonna take you into a whole bunch of downward spirals. Like, I don't have time for that.
It's not just downward spiral. Like I said, okay, so I'm not a woman, so I can't speak from a woman's standpoint. But I am a guy. So I speak from that a lot. But like when a lot of women I talk to go on that level, that conversation comes up, you're emotional, and that's the first thing is it's like you hit me, I gotta hit you back. You trip me, I gotta trip you back. That's your automatic response. So he cheated, you automatically think you gotta cheat back. But now you didn't cheat it, and now you didn't create a whole new relationship, some whole new emotions, and now on top of that, which like I tell someone, you do that, that's fine. That's your choice, that's your thing. But here's the thing, now you gotta deal with that part. Now here's the one thing a lot of women have done that has just done wonders for conversation pieces. I'm gonna say it like that. That's the nicest way I can say it. You cheat with a dude and you have fun. And you got the whole synapses in your brain going off. Well, you happy, it's cool. I feel better, I feel vindicated. I got my vengeance. No justice, just vengeance. So now you got two men that's in love with you. One made a mistake, one knew the picture, don't know everything. No. You could have been a trash female that led your man to cheat. He could have been in an emotional state. You wasn't there. You didn't do something which led to him. Or he could have just been trash. Or let's say this, you could have thought he cheated. Everything led to him cheating. Everything led to him cheating. You did like, oh, I got the proof evidence. And it wasn't him. Now you didn't cross the bridge you didn't have to cross. Now what? So now you're in this whole new fictitious zone. And now what? Now you got two boyfriends now? So like cheating back isn't the answer. Communication and resolve. Either you want to be or you don't.
I just always say it's almost like you can't teach a person a lesson by doing to them what they do to you. That's not always the case. And it's almost like you said, like, why are you gonna downplay yourself or do something you don't want to do to try to teach somebody a lesson who may not even care in the first place to begin with? So now you destroying your character, or you putting yourself out, you putting that energy out in the atmosphere, and now you got to reap those consequences. That's the whole thing. She whatever gonna reap their consequences, but now you put yourself in the atmosphere to where now you got your own consequences you finna reap because you're trying to teach somebody a lesson by playing their own game.
Which is like this. You calling it a game? This is a relationship. This
bingo. Bingo.
I told one of my clients. I said, and what happened was it was like if I was a guy, if it's anybody looking at the situation outside in, oh, he cheating on me, period. But you didn't. I went and talked to him, and he was like, he had no idea what was going on, and nothing. He's like, nah. And then he saw, he's like, this ain't me. So we found out what it really was, and then I went to her and was like, yo, you fumbled in the bag. That's all I said to her. You fumbled in the bag. Because you ain't working, you ain't making no money. They take care of everything. So I feel you where you had the mindset where you felt he justified. It's still wrong for him to do what he did, but he didn't do it. Look, I'm gonna give you a quick overview of the situation. My homeboy was having relationship problems. Hits me up. I talked to her. She shows me the phone, messages, and this. Now the girl I knew who she was. I know she don't like this dude. Not her type, no form of fashion. His brother was the times that he wasn't there, he was with his brother. His brother was texting the girl. His brother, her type. Dead. I even went to her and was like, yo, you talking to so and so? She's like, oh yeah, you know, that's my Friday, Saturday night boo thing. So I was like, cool. I went back to her. Now mind you, she already cheated. She feeling bad about it. She all in a whole new zone. He didn't do nothing. So now you finna lose all this because you got none of this on your own. He helps you. Now he stayed if he want to stay because the truth gonna come out. And the truth came out because the other little dude came and he had his heart on his sleeve. He almost died, but he had his heart on his sleeve, and he confronted my boy, well, my client, confronted him and was like, that's my girl. You cheating on her? No, I'm not. So it was a whole misunderstanding because number one, she dabbled in some things she should never. Don't go on nobody's phone just and not know what's going on. That's just an invasion.
So I want
But
to, Draco wrote something. Again, it's a long one. I'm going to try to paraphrase it, Drake. I hope I don't get it wrong. Correct me if I did, please. But she says about loyalty is continued improvement. I get it. But at the same time, it's not an excuse to keep doing, to give. So loyalty in terms for her is continued improvement on not giving up on a person. Yes. But that does not mean it's okay for you to use, well, I'm continuing to improve, so I'm going to dishonor your trust. I'm not going to respect you. I'm going to just totally drag you under, the bus by embarrassing you because I'm continually improving.
that doesn't sound like continuous improvement. And at some point in time, you
Well,
gotta
that's what she's
learn.
saying. That's what she's saying. If we're going to talk about loyalty being a continued improvement, people will say that because that's what we said loyalty is, but then they use it on the flip side to just keep doing what they're doing. And then when you hit them up, well, I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change. So that
With I put it like this: when it comes to you trying to change, you have what are you doing? Like I said, this again, these myths are they're conversation starters and something to build on. You
right.
trying to change is great. It's awesome. What are you doing? And then if you're trying to change and I don't see the change, then and I'm being loyal to the situation and I don't see no change, then there's a mystery. Okay. I need to see a connection. I need to see I'm doing this and I'm going to the next stage. I'm doing this and going to the next stage. If I don't see that, then why am I being loyal? It's like you working for a job and doing more work and getting less money.
So the example she gave was, let me scroll back up because people are commenting and I lost it. So she said okay, continued improvement is I cheated once this year versus last year I cheated 3 times. Okay, that's continued improvement, but it's still not loyalty.
That's not continuous improvement.
Well, no. It is per the person. It is because last year I did it 3 times. This year I only did it once, so you got to give me some slack, right?
So what was the difference between the 1 and the 3? You're still doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Just because you stole 3 eggs last year and this year you stole 1 egg, you're still stealing. But cheating, the number of times you cheat ain't the problem.
Exactly.
You cheating is the problem.
But that's why you have to be careful when you say loyalty is continued improvement, because the example she gave is definitely continued improvement. Absolutely. So that's why, the words do matter in the definitions and the way we say it, because you was right. Loyalty is continued improvement, right? I mean, well, I only did it times last year.
But see, like I said, like to me, I see the example, but the example is still, it negates the thing. The number is not the problem. The act is the problem. So just because, like I said, you did it 3 times last year and this year once, first of all, you still did it. You don't get a participation trophy for trying when you messing up. No, that's not that. Like I said, that in a sense to me isn't continuing improvement because you're still out there. Now, let's say like you didn't sleep with nobody. Nah, I can't even do that part. That's just the same. I don't agree with that, Drake. I don't agree with that. I agree. Change behavior. There we go. That's it. Let me say that.
That's what she's saying. So that's exactly what she's getting at when she said it. And that's why she gave the example, because it's almost like, you saying continued improvement. Okay, but that's why she gave the example she's giving, because that's what she's saying. Continued improvement is still not loyalty. It's change behavior that makes
change behavior. Yeah. But see, change behavior is the continuous improvement. Because what we learned was when I learned continuous improvement, and that being me, continuous improvement being a part of loyalty, is like we're good at this, so we're gonna speculate what we're good at and break it down, and we're gonna fold it to a new thing of goodness. So we have to change and edit what we have to something better, and that's the continuous improvement. That's how you make it to. It's not like it's in my mind it's a spiral going up. Like we're gonna do this. It's like you going upstairs, so we're gonna format and change it. But like I said, you're still doing the act. That's not change improvement.
Absolutely. That's what and that's why I'm like, I think I'd rather say loyalty is change behavior versus loyalty is continued improvement, because the example she gave is exactly what I could see dudes saying. And I've heard them saying it actually. So it's almost an excuse, like, give me time, give me time. No, you don't have time with me when you steadily doing that. But I like Charlie's response. He said, let me see, I think it'll fit on the screen. Give me 1 second. He said, then it's not loyalty, because true loyalty will make you consider the other person's feelings before you do anything. 100% will make you think before you act.
Yeah, but
there's the but.
Yeah, I didn't want to say but. I really didn't. Okay, so Charlie, true loyalty is sacrifice. Period. True loyalty is sacrifice on every level. Not just considering their feelings, but considering what role and position you play in the scenario. Okay. What is your position on the team now? When you're in a relationship, it's supposed to be, which is one of my things on the list. That's why I didn't want to do this on my phone, because I got all the photos on my phone. But one of the things is loyalty is a deep subject. Point blank. Period. It's not just considering their feelings. It's like they put you in the position to be there. They put you in this to consider this. And it was like this. Like, you already know you should want whatever you don't want happening to you, you don't want it to happen to nobody else. Period. So I don't want to. So when it comes to cheating, men do not deal with getting cheated on well.
Oh, we know.
Especially after they did the cheating, because now you got that insecure vibe, you got all this other stuff vibe. Then no matter what kind of provider you are, what kind of person you are, you just not in a headspace of greatness. But you can grow from it. You can be back. Mm-hmm. But that goes to the same thing. You gotta, before you do that part, it has to be a conversation. Okay, so before you think about even hurting their loyalty or not being loyal, you need to talk about it. I'm gonna say that, because like I said, the but comes in because they could put you in a bad situation. You know, like, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing. All right, and I'm doing my part too. But we missing somewhere.
I wanna say to the whole loyalty definition thing is, I believe, just from what we all just spoke on. So instead of saying loyalty is continued improvement, I would definitely stick more on the side of loyalty is change behavior. So that makes a lot better of a connection versus an excuse. And then Cartesia, I'm not gonna put her comment on the screen, but she said she's done the sacrifices and still had nothing. So to that, I believe you still have the ultimate choice of what you're going to put up with. So if a person you're with is not honoring you, valuing you, respecting you like you feel you deserve, at that point, it's on you to leave whatever the situation is, because you can see, of course, they're not going to stop, especially if they know you're a good thing. They don't want to let go of the good thing while they're working on their, mess. So at that point, it's on you now on what you going to continue to put up with.
You done?
Yeah, I didn't know if you had something to say to that or not.
I do. I do. So I'm gonna say this. Being a good thing, good man. Okay, so one of my myths is good man. So hold on. Being a good thing, being a good man is important. One of my myths is good men finish last. Dumbest myth ever. But a lot of guys say it. A lot of women say it. Stupid. But when it comes to relationships and dealing with stuff, it's like, you keep saying you a good thing. You keep saying this. You keep saying that. What are you good? Because a lot of people, a lot of women like, I don't cheat. I look good. And it's all this. On the flip side, men, I go to work. I pay bills. But you're not caring about her emotional state. You don't talk about her dreams, her careers. You really ain't that good. I know a lot of good guys who aren't good guys, Just like, oh my God, my reference to that is Wreck-It Ralph. I'm a bad guy, but I'm not a bad guy. As simple as that. Now, most people, most women, a lot of y'all, it's a balance. Say this. Let me see if I can get this in the balance. Some of y'all think y'all up here and y'all really here. Y'all missing a few steps. But you automatically assume because I go to work, I make my own money, I'm doing this, I'm independent, I don't need. First of all, stop. If you don't think you need a man, don't ever think about relationships.
Hey.
Okay. Most men are codependent, period. My mom taught me how to cook, clean, sew, and some more things. Auntie's help. But I know. I still want a woman. I love women. I love sitting in the bed. I love watching movies. A homegirl of mine was talking about Eric Jerome Dickey books. Oh, which one? I know all these books, and we was talking about books for like 30 minutes on Facebook. She's like, "You really ready?" I'm like, "Girl, you read this book right here." And like all his books got a character from the last book or another book. And she was just like, "You really read?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, I love that part, but I can't get that from my homeboy. I don't want it from my homeboy. I don't want it from my man.
Yeah.
And a dude put me on to reading books like this. So I want that, but I'm codependent like that. I can admit that, period. I don't never want to be classified as independent. I've lived by myself. It was boring. You know, you do trips out of town by yourself. It's cool to say I did it on my own, but it's like, you know, it's look better when we're in the picture together. Like, girl, we had fun.
Yeah.
Like we went down here, we almost died, but we lived. Picture from it. You know.
So, okay, so for the sake of time, let's get into these last two things because I want you to get into your details. So just one example on both ends. Give me one example what a relationship myth is for a man, and then one example of a relationship for a woman. Relationship myth.
Okay, so for a man, I'll go back to the last one I just said. Good guys finish last. No, I'm gonna give you another one. A woman should be submissive, and a man should dominate, and that's how we're gonna make things work. That's a long, but it's a myth. Submissiveness isn't just bow down to a man. Submissive is being cooperative to the situation. A lot of men don't understand that part. Being dominant, being head of the house, and all that stuff is not just overrated. It's stressful. That's why a lot of men in the 60s and 70s went to drugs and to crime and messed with the ego because being dominant was what they thought they were supposed to do. When it's really supposed to be a communication, supportive, cooperative situation. And our relationships are supposed to be supportive through cooperation, compromise. So that myth, I debunked that one quick. You thinking you're supposed to be head of the household and charge everything, know where the money go and this, that is, so you can mess off or you can invest or whatever when it's other stuff you don't know. You don't know that little Timmy got football dudes do. You don't know that, you know, your daughter got gymnastic stuff do and they went up. You know, I can't notify you every time that just giving them money to take care of things. It's a cooperative experience.
So that submission is definitely another topic I want to tackle in specifically for sure with somebody else. So then go on to the relationship myth for a woman.
A relationship myth for a woman. Hold on. I got a bunch of those actually.
You got a lot.
I do because like a lot of women just don't be knowing, like I said, we be knowing, hearing stuff, and your mama like this, and coming to you as a woman. That is the biggest myth ever. So that comes not just from like dealing with your man cheating on you, like you in a relationship going to your man. Well, as a woman, I'm supposed to, as a woman, I need this. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just because your gender role in a relationship is solidified or your position in a relationship is solidified, what your needs and is all based on self, not me. Like we said earlier, your happiness isn't my responsibility. I can only add to it. I can't be the source of it. And a lot of them that. Another big one is what we talked about is apologize. I don't like apologies no more. I like change behavior. That myth right there. Women say sorry 301 times and go back doing the same thing do this. Dudes were like, I mean, I'm sorry, sorry I slept with Tamika. I'm so sorry I slept with Tamika. And then like next month is, oh, I'm sorry I slept with Kim. You're doing the same thing. I need to change behavior. Apologies. We need to be more apologetic as the men. I need to change behavior.
Right. Apologies aren't change behavior. It's a start, but apologies aren't change behaviors.
No,
Before I go into the last one and let you dive into your list, let me just you don't have to necessarily tackle what she said unless you want to, but Draco said one myth for men is that nice guys are weak. And then one myth for women is that Black women don't know how to be submissive.
Okay, so I'm gonna debunk both of those. Nice guys are crazy. Period. I'm gonna say that.
Crazy.
Nice guys are crazy. Great. Okay, so me and one of my brothers. My brother's one of the nicest men on the planet. Like he's documented by St. Louis media as one of the nicest, sweetest men on the planet. Lamont Reed, love the dude to death. Nice dude. I to the altercation with my ex-girlfriend. I never heard him cuss. He cussed, and he was ready to get down and dirty. I mean, this is not his forte. This is not his field. It's my field, not his. Nice guys are crazy. Nice guys are not weak. Nice guys are scary, because I say it's scary because they view the world totally different. They're totally optimistic. To have optimistic energy, to believe in there are good people and good activities, and to back it up, to be the example set, you have to be fearless. Fearless is scary. Simple as that. Me, I get the nice boy thing because, like, my kids think I'm the nicest, smartest, craziest individual on the planet. Now, I have 3 of them, and they all have their own view. But my daughter thinks I'm nice because she's seen me help homeless. She's seen me pull over and do stuff. That's nice. You didn't have to do that. But we could have died in the process, or we could have got robbed. I'm like, I'm not worried about that part ever. And I had to tell her, I'm not worried about that part, because we're protected. You pray, and I'll put into action. That's all we gotta do. So nice and scary. Second, what is it for women? What's the second one she said?
Black women don't know how to be submissive.
Okay. Say it again.
Black women don't know how to be submissive.
Black women don't know how to be submissive. I'm gonna say no. Black women don't want to be submissive. Submissive comes from them knowing secure with who you are as a man, and most men aren't secure. Period. So, and 9 times 10 like this, when especially Black guys, when we want submissive, we want a naive, dumb chick. I'm not gonna lie to you, to nobody in this room. It's between us, because we family, friends. I've said it 1,000 times. Where's my dumb chick? I never got one. I get not smart chicks, but I need a dumb chick. Just give me one. Let me feel that ego and that power to just do what I want to do. And you be like, well, it's okay. That's submissive to people. That's not it. Submissive is cooperative. I had a coworker who was a dominatrix, and she was getting paid to do the whole outfit and to humiliate and do whatever. But what she realized early on was people really think I have all the power. The submissive one that's willing to let it go is the one without the power. Because if they say no, there's no power. If they don't join in, or they don't give me their consent, I have nothing. So they're really the strong one in this situation. So the women have the power in the whole situation. So that's why men want them to be submissive, but they want them for the wrong reasons.
Okay, so I'm gonna just speak on that a little bit, just from the people I personally speak with. So I don't believe that's what men want. Most men want. I do believe there's a very few select that does, but those are people who those are men who don't know where they are in life. They just want to be in control anyway. But most of the men that I have spoken with, talked with on various occasions about different things, they do want their woman being submissive as far as a doormat or being dumb. So that's the only thing I just wanted to counteract with what you're saying. I definitely don't believe that's majority of men. That's probably
it's not a majority thing. It's an ego trip. It's a power trip. Every guy gets to that state where they want it, and then once they had it, it's out their system, or it's either they had it, they can deal with life and they're ready to go through, or they want it and they keep going. It's like chasing that high. Like, I need to have this all the time, and that's why they always seek out weaker females, so they can always have that high. because she's gonna let me get away with it, or I get another one. They're chasing this illusion. But some men get it and like, it's too much. A lot of men don't want real men don't want a woman to doormat, because if she'll fold like that for you, imagine when pressure applies to her.
Absolutely.
And life is about pressure.
So that's not submission. That's not submission. I think a lot of us get it confused. And I think women who just literally don't want a man telling them what to do are the main ones who bring submission in the picture. But that's definitely not submission, because you're absolutely right. A real man who know you're his team, you're on his team, he don't want you being a doormat at all. He needs you to bring him that balance. So I think us as women are the ones who get it confused. And when we're mad or bitter or whatever case, we want to throw in, I'm not being submissive to a man that can't, yada, yada, yada. We're the ones that's getting it wrong. That's not submission. But we're tainting that word so much, because again, that's the status quo of a quote that's being used often. But don't no man want not no real man that's going somewhere, who got goals, who got a vision. He do not want his woman to be a doormat at all. So that's misconception. I do have one more question for you. We're gonna close out, but Draco says, so why do we get categorized in a negative light, as if being strong is a bad trait?
Oh man. Oh man.
I wish I wish I had you on the screen to actually explain that, because before he answered that, for me, I feel like Black women in particular, because I'm Black, so I'm gonna speak on Black women. I think we portray that strong character trait in the wrong way, which is why I think it's seen as a negative light. So I don't necessarily, just a personal opinion, I don't necessarily think men feel that a strong woman is not, good or not what they want. I think Black women portray strong in the wrong light. That's as close as I could put it, because I don't want to get too much off topic. I got one more for him. So for the sake of time, I don't really want to dive into it too much with examples, but I'm going to let him touch it before I get to this last question.
Okay, so real quick. I say this into my family projects. The Black mom, Black women in general, the Black women is like, I used to be on the fence, like Black women, it's like got it so bad, but they were put in that position. Black women, Black moms are the first women who give men three things: their first heartbreak, their first pain, and their first disillusion of the world. Your mom's gonna spank you when you're wrong, so that's your first pain. She's gonna hurt you emotionally. She's gonna tell you no so many times it hurts you and bothers you, and you don't know why. And the illusion is she only can teach you so much about the world that you don't know other things. So you are already, there's 3 strikes. And Black women get put on to this negative pedestal because of those 3 strikes. Like a lot of Black moms can be strong, and that strongness goes away. But strength, mentally, emotionally, is a difficult task to master. And Black women are automatically just, you're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be strong, and have no concept or idea of that power, the magnitude of what it does. It's not just them, to the people around them. Now, women go through hell as it is, but Black women just get shunned. But you got to think about it, especially in America. Descendants of slaves, descendants of Jim Crow laws, redlining, district, government buffering, genetic stealing and stuff. It's just a lot Black women have to deal with. And so automatically, when you have the strongest source of energy in the world embodied in you, and you just have to just do it, there's no blueprint. There's no instruction manual. There's no Bible for to be a Black woman. So you automatically the bad
guy. Draco, yes. And I think I want people to, she said, she knows it's not all men that think that way. I just want people, as they run across videos, my videos, anybody else's videos, posts, anything, I want people to always keep in mind, when we state something, it's never generalizing the whole, race as some, or gender as something. But of course, we're not for the name calling, so we won't pinpoint certain people. But yes, we do know that when we speak, it's not for every man. And even when you guys comment, we do know that you're not speaking on every particular man or every particular woman. So I did want to clarify that. So going into the last question, Dennis, Here is your time to shine. Give us some relationship myths that you want to go into detail about.
Okay, detail. Just the way I am. Just the way I am. Learn to either deal with it or leave is a cop out. It's a myth because as an individual, you're supposed to grow. Man's supposed to provide, protect. True, that's a myth. But what are you doing on your side of the coin? Hold on. Communication is the key. No, it's communication and comprehension. I could talk to you all day, but if you don't understand what I'm saying, we have a problem. Oh my God, I got more I got more of the answering part. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm hurt too. Women use this one so much. Well, I'm hurt. This tragedy did happen to me, and this happened to me. I'm hurt too. But this is not an excuse you to be this person that you falsely is. Catfishing is real. Don't catfish me. I'm already here. It's better to work with somebody who's here than who's not here. Do you want me here? Oh, well, I'm here. I help out. I do this. But why are you here? Why are you content? I'm here is another bad myth. I'm here. And I know I say it a lot too. I used to say it a lot. But I can back it up. Well, I'm here because you need help. I'm here because I want to be here. First of all, I want to be here. I saw something in you, and you were dope, and I'm willing to put the time and energy. But you got to work on you for us.
Yep. I like how you said you got to work on you for us. That's that. That's that teamwork.
It's teamwork. Teamwork is beautiful. I look, like I said, there are no beautiful couples, but we only got one left. And I'm like, whenever they skeletons drop, oh well. But Barack and Michelle is the dream. But it's a lot of stuff behind the scenes we don't know, but they're the dream. Last one. I'm gonna do this. Definition. Titles don't matter. Titles don't matter. Bull crapola. Why titles do matter? When you go to a job, you are an employee. You get a tax number, and you have a designated description. Okay. When you're in the military, you get a rank. Whenever you're doing, you get a title. When you get arrested, you're a black male. Okay, it ain't just a big guy. You know, you get a designation. Designations matter. I need to know why I'm here and what I'm doing. What's outside my parameters and what's not in my parameters. I need to know what is going on. Titles matter. Not Black Lives Matter. Titles matter.
Man, I want to touch that when it comes to relationships so bad. Anybody that's still on here that can run across it later, please, if you want to touch titles don't matter with me, please inbox me so we can get you on a panel because I want to touch it so bad. I agree and disagree, and I really would like to dive into it on another panel. But guys, our links are in the caption. Please follow us on our platforms. I need to get your link.
I'm finna send you some Spotify links.
Okay, I'll get that later and update it. But guys, we both offer sessions. You know, book either one of us, book both of us. You know, whatever your financial situation allows. But don't forget to link up with our other sites, and they, like I said, they are in the caption of this particular live. Thank you guys for commenting. I love when y'all get on here and comment. Y'all are so dope. I am looking, COVID is tripping, but I am looking to get some in-person events like these because the screen is okay, virtual is okay, it's cool. I like for you guys to see the people I'm talking to. That's why I'm not necessarily doing a podcast. I want to put a face to the people that's giving information. So that's why I do these virtual. But trust me, y'all, I'm coming with these events. As soon as COVID kind of let up, I'm finna bring in-person events to you guys. I got people hitting me up trying to tag team on events already. We trying to get us together, y'all. Especially this Black community. We gonna get it together. We gonna help each other.
Like I said, my people already was like, when they saw the flyer, it was like, it's about time.
Yeah. We here to heal each other and help each other, y'all. I'm all for it. So just anybody that run across this, get on a panel with me, hit him up to get on his podcast and his platform. But again, I thank you guys. Hold on, Draco said, but doesn't matter for as respect and credentials. Janitors deserve same respect as doctors. Baby, listen, that's what I said. I want to talk on this titles matter thing, because I love that example. You're absolutely right. But we have went over so far a lot. It was a good discussion, but we have went over more than what I wanted to go over on. So I'm going to go ahead and tune out in the live. You want to get back on another time, your platform or mine, just hit me up and let me know. But you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. So we are